Do you think it's possible that Merrick Garland has no idea whether he had a conversation with anybody at the FBI about Hunter Biden? Do you think that's even remotely possible? I'm serious question. I'd like for you to give me a serious answer because I want you to hear what the Attorney General of the United States of America said to the House Oversight Committee yesterday regarding the investigation that has been years in the making into the nefarious activities of the son of the 46th president of the United States of America. I'm trying to follow Arthur Brooks's lead here. Try to be slow to anger. Try to distance myself from, people who attack. Let's listen together to Merrick Garland.
Have you had personal contact with anyone at FBI headquarters about the Hunter Biden investigation?
I don't recollect the answer to that question, but the FBI works for the Justice Department.
I'm sorry. You don't recollect whether you've talked with anybody at FBI headquarters about an investigation into the president's son?
I don't believe that I did.
I don't recollect the answer to that question. And did you watch any of the testimony and look at him gulping down a water bottle like his life depended on it? I don't know how you convict somebody of perjury for pretending they don't remember something that they know. What about January 6th? Has there been any media coverage of January 6th? Think that's a little incident that the Attorney General of the United States of America might remember, might be aware of? Check out this exchange.
Mr. Garland, have you or are you investigating who leaked the information that appeared in the Washington Post on October 6, 2022 about this investigation, about the Hunter Biden investigation?
You're saying there was an October 2022...
October 6, 2022, Washington Post writes a story about the Hunter Biden investigation. I wonder, have you investigated who leaked that information to the Washington Post?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Has it been referred to the Inspector General? Do you know that?
I don't want my answer to suggest that there is or isn't such an investigation. I know that the Inspector General sent a letter to Congress explaining that he had an ongoing assessment with respect to the whistleblower's charges. I don't know if that's what you're referring to.
Let's try one more. Let's try Congressman Matt Gaetz asking the Attorney General about January 6th. It has been widely reported that there were federal assets, there were agents, there was law enforcement planted in the crowd of protesters and rioters on the Capitol on January 6th. Matt Gaetz asked him about it.
On January 6th, did you lose count of the number of federal assets? Did you lose count and order an audit?
Gentleman's time has expired.
I get an answer to the question of did they lose count?
No, let him answer the question.
The time has expired. The Attorney General can respond.
China is the most aggressive, most dangerous adversary that the United States faces, and we are doing everything within our power to rebut that, to stop that, to prevent their invasions, both kinetic, and through cyberspace. And we will continue.
If someone gave that answer in your courtroom when you were a judge, you would tell them they were being non-responsive, and you would direct them to answer the question.
Point of order, Your Honor.
Time is.
They went wild on that one. Did you lose track of the assets on January 6th? And he actually said, China is our biggest threat. China. And Matt Gaetz is right. If that answer was given in a courtroom, the judge would say that's a non-responsive answer. What time is it? Oh, I'm wearing blue shoes today. What about the assets on January 6th? I don't even understand. Derek, can you give me a little background on why in the world that would even be an answer to a question about January 6th? China. Play that one more time, Adam. Let's listen one more time. Matt Gaetz is asking with great specificity And, of course, the Democrats are freaking out. They're trying to shut it down because they don't want Merrick Garland to talk about federal law enforcement planted in the crowd on January 6th. That's a third rail topic. You can't get into that. You can't touch that. So listen one more time, because the first time I saw the clip, I thought, did he actually say China? How does the word China lead an answer about federal law enforcement planted in the crowd on January 6th?
January 6th, did you lose count of the number of federal assets? Did you lose count and order an audit?
Gentleman's time has expired.
I get an answer to the question of did they lose count?
No, let him answer the question.
The time has expired. The Attorney General can respond.
China is the most aggressive, most dangerous adversary that the United States faces, and we are doing everything within our power to rebut that, to stop that, to prevent their invasions, both kinetic, and through cyberspace. And we will continue.
If someone gave that answer in your courtroom when you were a judge, you would tell them they were being non-responsive, and you would direct them to answer the question.
Point of order, Your Honor.
Oh, boy. Oh, out of order. You're out of order. Your gentleman's time has expired. Can you believe that? Can you believe that moment? Isn't that wild? What about the assets on January 6th? China is aggressive. Oh, okay. That's a good answer. Corruption is very, very strong within this group. Corruption is the only word that comes to mind. Corruption is the only way to define this.